All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about a really big shift for anyone in a leadership role. How to stop drowning in the numbers and actually start using them to lead.
This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We have so much information coming at us all the time, but the real problem isn't a lack of data. It's having the time and mental space to step back and see what it's all telling you. So many leaders get bogged down just producing the numbers. They completely miss the bigger story.
You know, when we think about the cost of handling accounting in-house, our minds usually go straight to salaries and software. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real hidden cost is the leader's own time and focus. It's the opportunity cost of being stuck managing tasks instead of driving strategy.
This paints a picture that is probably way too familiar for a lot of you. On the left, you've got the day-to-day chaos, constantly chasing deadlines, putting out fires, worrying about who's going to get the work done. But on the right, that's where you want to be, right? Looking at trends, planning for the future, and solving the big-picture business problems. The reality for so many is that the stuff on the left keeps them from ever getting to the stuff on the right.
So how do you get from the left side to the right side of that screen? Well, this is where we need to completely reframe how we think about outsourcing. It's not about taking a shortcut or just pawning off work. It's about making a strategic choice to enable your leadership.
The key here is splitting the roles. See, strategic outsourcing isn't about giving up an ounce of control. It's about delegating the execution, the number crunching, the prep work. This clears out all the friction in your day, so you, the leader, can put 100% of your focus where it belongs, on analysis, on oversight, and on strategy.
And this is where it gets really powerful. It's like a domino effect. It all starts when you have skilled teams offshore handling the execution. That means you get cleaner data, and you get it faster. And what happens then? Well, your review cycles get way shorter because you're not fixing a million little errors. The end result, and this is the big one, is you can have those really important strategic conversations about what the numbers mean way earlier in the process.
Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like in the real world for different types of leaders? Let's break it down with a few examples.
If you're a fund manager, you live and die by accuracy and speed. Now imagine outsourcing all that meticulous, time-consuming work, the NAV calcs, the investor allocations. You're not just getting time back, you're freeing up the brainpower you need to analyze your portfolio's performance, communicate with your investors, and ultimately make the smart calls that drive your returns.
For partners at US CPA firms, this is a total game changer. So often, especially during busy season, partners get completely swamped with the delivery and compliance work. By letting offshore teams handle that foundational stuff like bookkeeping and prep, partners can finally climb out from under the paperwork and get back to what they do best, providing high-level advice and strategy to their clients.
Tax season? It can feel like you're a production manager on a factory line of tax returns, right? Just pushing them through. Outsourcing the prep work completely flips that script. It lets the CPA step off the assembly line and actually sit down with the client. You become a true advisor, talking about the why behind the numbers and helping them plan for what's next.
So, as you can see, this is about so much more than just being a little more efficient. The real benefits here are fundamental. They change the very definition of what it means to be a leader.
This chart just sums up the transformation perfectly. Your focus shifts away from putting out fires and toward actual analysis. Your conversations with stakeholders get deeper and more meaningful. Your business can react faster. And maybe best of all, that crushing stress you feel at month end or quarter end, it starts to be replaced by a sense of calm, strategic control.
Okay, let's tackle the biggest question that always comes up with this, the fear of losing control. And that's a totally fair concern. I mean, we're talking about your financial data. You have to have visibility. So let's demystify what actually changes and maybe, more importantly, what absolutely doesn't.
This table really gets to the heart of it. Yes, the where and how of execution changes. It moves offshore, turnaround times get better. But look at what doesn't change: your authority to make decisions, your responsibility to review everything, and your ultimate ownership of the results. The bottom line is simple. This model is designed to support leaders, not replace them. So you might be wondering, okay, but why India specifically? Well, it's not random. There's this incredible ecosystem there. You have a massive talent pool with deep training in US GAAP and IRS rules. The work culture is incredibly process-driven, which means you get consistency, and you can scale teams up or down super fast. Plus, and this is a big one, the time zone difference means your work is getting done while you sleep, which seriously speeds things up.
When you put all of this together, it really leads to a huge shift in perspective. It's about completely redefining what the accounting function is supposed to be for your business. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Right now, today, is your accounting department a task list you have to check off, or is it a powerful decision tool that helps you see around corners and plan for the future? Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Good accounting shouldn't be an anchor that drags leaders down into the weeds. It should be the engine that lifts them up, giving them the clarity they need to lead well. Better accounting doesn't just make better reports, it makes better leaders.